Hi everyone, Alicia Waldron here and wanted to give you an update on practicum. So practicum is winding down and I'll actually end my practicum um, by April 6th. So that means that I have a few projects that I've been working on that will be finalized between now and then. I've actually been working on a few projects that have taken the better part of uh, the last 2 semesters to get approved, but we have moved forward, and the subpoena training that you all helped me with was approved as of last week. So that will be used agency-wide to make sure that everyone is following the subpoena policy and procedure. We've actually had a few more subpoenas and search warrants come through that policy and procedure were not followed, and the ramifications can get pretty severe. So the agency seems pretty excited to start training on all levels, and um, that will be hopefully an annual training that will be incorporated into all staff members' trainings each year. So that decision will be handled by the Workforce Development Task team, and that team is meeting this week, and they are discussing whether or not the subpoena training will be an effective training um, each year for all staff. But regardless of that, it is going to be shared with supervisors so that they can share with their staff, at the next couple of staff meetings coming up. My department's actually going over it tomorrow at our staff meeting. And then also it will be presented to all new hires coming in beginning in April and onward. So that's pretty exciting to see that finally in the works. It feels like it's taken quite a long time to get things kind of together with that, but that's been a great learning process for me. I think I didn't have the understanding, that there are so many processes that you have to go through, not only understanding the policies and then creating the training, but then there's the level of command that it has to go through to get approval, and then also has to be given to HR so that they can disperse it as well. So great learning process for me. It's taught me to be much more patient than I was, starting at the beginning of the year. Just, I'm still gung-ho about, setting forth with the trainings and everything. But now it's helpful just to see that it doesn't go as quickly as I had hoped. So growth on my part, that's wonderful. And the LGBT training is actually still in development, so we're going to focus primarily on older adults because that seems to be the generation that's coming in that we're working with. But I wanted to make that more broad so that the training can continue to be used for hopefully many years to come as needed, if it is needed in the future. I just want it to be available for other members of the agency that will need it. So I am now working on narrowing down the focus a little bit to include the challenges experienced by the younger adult population as well. And the challenges can be extremely different from the older population. Um, just in the fear of rejection runs pretty high, and then there is a strong correlation between disclosing oneself or disclosing the information of oneself to a doctor and the satisfaction of services. So we're taking a look at this and just kind of including more information than what we had determined that we would do before. So hopefully that will be done by the end of the practicum. I will likely be presenting this following practicum though, which is fine because this is something that we need to really focus on in our community. It's kind of a topic that's pushed under the rug and nobody really has much information on how we can help the LGBT population. So, you know, even after my practicum's over, I still want to help with that and help as many people as possible get the services that they need, you know, and educating my coworkers now and making sure that they're confident with that. So that is exciting. It's going to take a little bit more time, but like I mentioned, that's going to be completely fine and necessary. Have a lot of information in there now, so we're looking at probably a 3-hour training for that. It would be great if I could, you know, present this to the majority of the staff members, but that is still waiting approval, so we'll see where that goes. The policies that I've been working on that I've revised and you know, edited as appropriate to include new laws and just making sure that they're following the Code of Ethics. They have all been finalized and they were sent to senior management and our executive director last week, and they were approved. And those policies have actually been sent to all staff in a memo by email. So that is done. It's nice to have some closure on those policies. It was pretty eye-opening to take a look at all of those, and you know, there's a lot that needs to change in policies from year to year, especially as, you know, regulations with licensing and other payer sources change. So it was very interesting to see exactly what the agency has to do to make sure that they're in compliance. And I'm glad that I had a part in that. It really helped, especially to understand the agency a little bit more and, you know, how our policies affect clients and why they affect the clients. So I am looking forward to checking in with you again soon, and looking forward to your comments, and I'll see you in the next class. Thanks, everyone.